The War Department stands ready for what comes next, locked and loaded. May God continue to bless our warriors each and every day and on each and every mission.
At 02 to 12 local time, deep inside the remote desert mountains of central Iran, a 42-man elite US Viper team, a classified joint unit drawn from Delta Force, DevGru, and 75th Ranger Regiment, executed a lightning ground assault that completely destroyed Iran's most secretive IRGC nuclear command center. The hardened underground facility served as the central nerve hub for Iran's entire nuclear weapons program, coordinating uranium enrichment, warhead design, missile integration, and command and control for all related sites. Because the complex was buried deep under solid rock and contained highly sensitive nuclear-related equipment, a ground raid was chosen over airstrikes to ensure total physical destruction without risking radioactive release. Operation Shadow Anvil had just begun. At a forward operating base in the Middle East, the Viper team prepared with lethal focus under dim red lighting. Operators meticulously checked their suppressed Mk-18 carbines, advanced night vision goggles, level 4 plate carriers loaded with extra magazines, breaching charges, thermite grenades, shaped C4 packages, and compact radiation detection devices. Each man carried medical trauma kits and lightweight rucksacks designed for rapid movement and quick exfil. Team leaders ran final encrypted radio checks and carefully reviewed high-resolution satellite imagery and 3D blueprints of the facility. The mood was ice-cold and professional. This was a deep penetration mission far inside hostile Iranian territory. There was no room for mistakes. The target was too dangerous and too strategically important to leave anything to chance. At 02:45, 4 MH-47 Chinook helicopters lifted off under total blackout conditions, escorted by 2 AH-64 Apache gunships. The formation flew nap of the earth, hugging the barren desert ridges and valleys to stay below Iranian radar and air defenses. At 03:28, the helicopters reached the insertion point 6 kilometers from the target. Ramps dropped silently in the darkness. The Viper team fast roped to the ground, boots hitting the rocky desert floor without a sound. Rucksacks were shed in seconds. The force immediately split into 3 assault elements and began moving swiftly and silently through the night toward the heavily guarded main entrance of the underground nuclear command center. At 03:55, the assault went kinetic. Viper team snipers on Overwatch dropped the first 2 IRGC sentries with perfectly suppressed shots. Breaching charges flashed white-hot against the massive reinforced steel doors leading into the mountain. Operators poured inside the tunnels, clearing corridors with flashbangs and precise 3-round bursts. Iranian Revolutionary Guard defenders opened fire with AKs and machine guns, turning the underground passages into a savage, echoing gunfight. The Viper team answered with overwhelming, disciplined violence, stacking bodies as they pushed deeper into the heart of the facility. The main assault element reached the central command hall, a vast underground bunker filled with computer consoles, large tactical screens displaying missile trajectories, secure communication nodes, and vaults containing warhead design data. While one element provided heavy suppressive fire, demo specialists moved with cold precision, placing thermite grenades on critical servers and control systems, and shaped C4 charges on the main power generators and warhead planning archives. Controlled explosions rippled through the complex as years of Iran's most secret nuclear work began to burn, melt, and collapse in on itself. On the surface, Iranian Quds Force reinforcements rushed toward the mountain entrance in armed technical vehicles. The moment they appeared on the ridgeline, the escorting Apache gunships unleashed devastating 30mm chain gun fire and Hellfire missiles, turning the lead trucks into blazing fireballs and scattering the rest in panic. High above the battlefield, 4 F-35B Lightning II stealth fighters from the USS Tripoli circled silently, their sensors feeding real-time targeting data to the ground team and standing ready to deliver precision strikes if the situation escalated. By 0435, the entire IRGC nuclear command center was engulfed in flames and structural collapse. Every critical system, command consoles, data servers, communication links, and warhead design archives had been physically destroyed from the inside. The Viper team began its fighting withdrawal, covering each other with disciplined fire as they moved back toward the extraction point. At 0452, the last operators fast-roped back onto the waiting Chinooks. The helicopters lifted off into the night sky under heavy Apache and F-35 escort, racing toward friendly airspace. No American casualties were sustained during the entire operation. By 0610, the Viper team was safely back at the forward base. Behind them, deep inside Iran, the IRGC Nuclear Command Center lay in smoking ruins, its command structure shattered, its nuclear coordination capability erased, and its ability to advance Iran's forbidden weapons program set back for years, if not decades. The daring deep strike mission by the US Viper team had delivered a devastating blow. Iran's most protected nuclear nerve center had been physically dismantled by American boots on the ground when airstrikes alone could not guarantee complete and irreversible destruction. Tehran would wake up to find one of its crown jewels of secrecy reduced to rubble, with no clear explanation of how elite American forces had penetrated so deep and struck so effectively. The message was unmistakable. When the United States decides to neutralize Iran's nuclear threat, it will reach anywhere, even the most hardened underground facilities, with elite Viper teams that strike silently, destroy completely, and vanish without a trace. Operation Shadow Anvil was a complete success. Iran's nuclear ambitions had just taken a blow from which recovery would be long and extremely painful.